Yes, Madam Rini, I would like to welcome Dr. Rini Ralte, the moderator of today, to take over the session. Over to you, Madam Rini.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we are having a very special program where you see that we have been having more than 10 times series of human trafficking with a special focus on Northeast each state. So we are 8 states we already cover. After that, we already cover 3 other cities, namely Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and Delhi. So now we are coming to the 12th session with a new movement called Structures for Anti-Human Trafficking in Northeast India. Mobilize the movement. So we're having 3 special speakers in our midst today. Before I call them, I would like to mention that in the Mizoram Presbyterian tradition, we have a crusade. It's called Beirual. This year is 103 years of crusade. In the month of September, we have the whole month of September as a month of crusade. It can take a different turn. Sometimes a particular week can be dedicated for family. Sometimes a particular week is dedicated for mission and evangelism and personal devotion. So because of this COVID from last year and this year, we are not able to carry out as planned. But still, we are in the second day of our crusade. So it is wonderful that we have a team of Bible study and reflection. So this particular month, September, we are also fully engaged. So be ready. The season of Christmas is coming very soon, and we have a lot of work to be done. So today we are having 3 speakers. One is Miss Sherin Casey. She is a trainer of anti-human trafficking movement. And Miss Arunima RJ, she's a trainee. And then together with advocate Mr. Rene K. Jacob. Yeah, so we'll follow that order. So now I will invite Miss Sherin Casey, the trainee of the movement, anti-human trafficking movement, to share her insights. Over to you.
Madam Rini, can I give a little more introduction of both of them?
Okay, sir. Please,
yes.
Please go ahead.
We have 2 young ladies, Arunima and Sherin Casey. Both of them are trainee social workers. That is, they are MSW second year students. Sherin Casey is the student coordinator of Anti-Human Trafficking Club at Sri Shabarisha College, Kottayam in Kerala. Within a period of 1 year, they have conducted many programs and come up with an annual meeting also. Sherin also is a student of MSW. They call themselves, like in social work profession, we call trainee social workers. So they are trainee social workers. Sherin is from Kerala University at the Karivattam Center, Trivandrum, second year MSW student. She has pioneered something similar to Anti-Human Trafficking Club. It is called Panchayat against human trafficking. So both of them are champions in the area of anti-human trafficking. They have good experience in working with them. So along with them, with their support, and also with the support of Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, we have already initiated 18 anti-human trafficking clubs in Kerala and 2 Panchayat against human trafficking clubs in Kerala. This initiative is already there in almost all the states, especially in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. At Christ University, with the help of Social Work Department, Dr. Victor and Dr. Shira Karalam, we are initiating this process in the state of Karnataka. So this is a brief introduction of them, and we are very glad that both of them are here to give a presentation to all of you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Rini Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Rene, for that introduction. Thank you very much. It's very clear. When we see young people are proactive in life-saving activities, so they are the ones. Okay, now we'll invite Serene to give a presentation. Over to you, Serene. Unmute
Thank you,
yourself.
ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable personalities present here. Father Tom, Renima, Advocate Reni sir, Ms. Arunima, and all the respected personalities present.
The sound.
Let me move on to my presentation.
Maybe you can introduce a little more about yourself also.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm just trying to share my screen.
Yes, Sharon, you can share the screen. Yes, please. Yes.
Is it visible now, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Please go on.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I am Sharon Casey, trainee social worker and the student coordinator of Anti-Human Trafficking Club, Sri Shavarisha College, Kerala. And Sri Shavarisha College is India's first aided arts and science college run by tribal management. And one day I met a lady who once went to Auntie's house and has not seen the outside world for 15 years since then. 15 is her calculation. Actually, we don't know how much years he has been not seen the outside world. She went to stay at Handy's house and could not see the outside world again. From a young age itself, she had to do all the household works in that house. She has not provided with no food or proper accommodation, and she was not allowed to see or call her family. And also, she worked 17 hours a day, but she was not paid for her work. As a student or young one, I cannot even think of such pathetic conditions. And I don't think that any of the student can overcome such situations easily. And it was deeply hurt me when I realized that there are still children in our society who suffer like this. And of course, definitely I can say that the Anti-Human Trafficking Club has made me realize what exactly the slavery is, and also proved me that as a youth, I am also responsible to protect these children. And I also have a role to play to protect the most vulnerable people in our society. We know that trafficking is one of the it is not a new crime. It is an old age practice prevalent in the form of slavery and was as an accepted economic practice. Trafficking is a transnational organized crime, and as per the latest report by the ILO, trafficking has now emerged as a significant problem all over the world, and it is the third largest international criminal enterprise, generating an estimated $150 billion annually. We know that while the world is advancing technologically and economically, human beings are being bought and sold like commodities, and it is a direct reflection of human rights violations. In India, the Article 23 of the Constitution prohibits all forms of human trafficking and forced labor, and those who do so are punishable by the law. Here are some human rights denied through trafficking. It's just an introduction. The right to life, the right to liberty and security. We all know that. The right not to be submitted to slavery, servitude, forced labor or bonded labor. The right not to be subjected to torture and or cruel, inhuman, degrading treatment of punishment. The right to freedom of movement. The right to social security. The right of children to special protection. And it is the duty of every individual to ensure the social protection of the weaker sections by working with an understanding of the mission and vision of the Anti-Human Trafficking Club. It is possible to create awareness in the general public and thereby eradicate the bondage. Here we can see why the Anti-Human Trafficking Clubs are to be established. The human trafficking is a crime and a market which exhibits serious violations of human rights where victims are treated like commodities. And the government order directs all educational institutions or colleges to establish anti-human trafficking clubs. Anti-human trafficking club is an idea conceived by Dr. P.M. Nair, IPS. Dr. Kiran Bedi, in the foreword to the latest book on investigating sex trafficking by P.M. Nair, has stated that P.M. Nair is the father of anti-human trafficking movement in India. He's an international expert in this field who trained 69,000 people, and it is a great mission to end human slavery with youth support and involvement. Anti-Human Trafficking Club works with a vision to establish safe communities by eliminating human trafficking through the empowerment of students and other youth. That was the vision of the Anti-Human Trafficking Club. And the mission of the Anti-Human Trafficking Club is that to engage and empower student communities and other youth by imparting knowledge and empowering them to prevent and fight against all forms of human trafficking. Through the activities of the Anti-Human Trafficking Club, we empower the youth community to fight against human trafficking. And we always focus on human rights approach to trafficking, recognizing that empowering individuals by guaranteeing their rights will reduce the susceptibility to being trafficked or exploited. And the activities of the club include the HT club volunteers learn the dimensions and trends in human trafficking and take necessary steps to prevent it. And also we know that there are two reasons for trafficking. They are demand and vulnerability of the victims. So the HT volunteers realize that fact that human trafficking take place on the one side due to the demand and on the other side due to the vulnerability of the victims. So the Anti-Human Trafficking Club will take steps to address both. The major issues, the major reasons for human trafficking will be addressed by or solved by the activities of the Anti-Human Trafficking Club. And all of the activities will be right-based and right-oriented. And also the HT volunteers will think from the perspective of the trafficked person or the person vulnerable to trafficking. And also the Anti-Human Trafficking Club raise awareness among young people about the dangers of human trafficking by organizing various webinars, discussions and all. And also the youth can improve the regional cooperation. Like the networking with all the agencies, law enforcement agencies who are working to fight against human trafficking. And all, we strengthen the vulnerable population by imparting knowledge. The HT volunteers can provide awareness classes to the vulnerable population. And the major guidelines for working in the Anti-Human Trafficking Club was, we are working under the guidance of a professor or a faculty coordinator in the campus, and we associate with nearest police station, and we associate with reputed NGO or civil society organization working near to our institutions, and respect the rights of the victims and rescued persons. And we, as an Anti-Human Trafficking Club volunteer, we are not publishing anything like a picture that discloses the identity of the person or that can harm the person in any way. And even accused, we know that even accused person had the right to privacy. And the volunteers of Anti-Human Trafficking Club support statutory agencies When we support them, we are not stepping into their shoes, but we are providing the support for the well functioning of such institutions or such agencies. And I already mentioned that all of the anti-human trafficking clubs activities are for public service only. Here are some major things that we can or we should do through the anti-human trafficking clubs. They are, first, we can recognize. Recognize means the HT volunteers should know what human trafficking is and be aware about its various dimensions. And also we use this learning and awareness to generate and spread further awareness to the general community. And the second step we can do through HT club was a report. Report means look out for incidents where human trafficking is prevalent and we can quickly take action to stop it. And also help the responsible agencies like police and other agencies to take action. The vigilance and support of the youth can bring accountability from all concerned. And we know that the youth can be the whistleblowers against human trafficking. By working with the anti-human trafficking club, the youth will be the whistleblowers who inform the police or other agencies against the trafficking happening in our society, because the youth is always in the society, always connected with the people in the society. So youth can be the whistleblowers against human trafficking. And the third was support. Support means we are the HT club volunteers, especially the youth, join the existing efforts to rescue victims of human trafficking by working along with the police, non-governmental organizations, and other law enforcement agencies and all. And we can organize campaigns against human trafficking for spreading awareness in the community, or we can arrange campaigns in the social media also, because in this pandemic situation, we are not able to organize campaigns in the public. So we can organize campaigns in the social medias and all. And the suggested action plans for the anti-human trafficking club was, first one is to prevent. Prevention is the major step. We can begin the prevention by a simple but very important step, that the anti-human trafficking volunteers should take a decision that I shall not violate the rights of women, children, and any of the person. And we can start with simpler and small steps that can make a huge difference in the society. And also we can identify the vulnerable population and can undertake awareness programs to prevent the human trafficking or all forms of exploitations. And the youth can organize webinars, seminars, discussions, competitions in the campus, and outside the campus also we can organize programs to prevent this form of modern slavery. And the second one is prosecution. Prosecution, when we get information about the trafficked person, we may like to go with the police or NGO or reputed agencies. When we are joining with them, we have to strictly follow the relevant protocols. And at the rescue process, the HT club volunteers can help to ensure that the rights of the rescued persons are not violated. And the third was rehabilitation. We can also take part in rehabilitation process, which is necessary in this field, because if we are not providing proper rehabilitation or not helping them to cope up with the situation, they may be exploited again. So the HTC volunteers can visit the shelter homes and can assist them to overcome their stress. And the fourth one was learn. We have to, the HT volunteers have to learn more about human trafficking, as a form of human trafficking. And also we have to try to revisit the place where an illegal activity was undertaken after some time. And after we have to study the impact that our club have made. If we organize a program or awareness program in a community, after some time, we have to conduct proper study regarding the impact of our activity there. Does the number of exploitations reduced, or what other follow-up should we do? All these things to be noticed. And We can organize trainings and discussions by experts. And some of the activities of the club includes, and we can undertake all possible activities along with statutory agencies and civil society agencies to prevent human trafficking. And we can support these agencies in attending to these activities. We can provide public awareness generation by spreading awareness materials like brochure or small video presentations and all. And we can provide awareness for children in nearby schools. There are a lot of children are more vulnerable to exploitation. So there are a lot of schools working in nearby area of our institution. So we can provide awareness. The HT volunteers can provide awareness to the children who are studying in the nearby schools. We can organize webinar series, and we can also motivate our friends to start HTC or is in their institutions also, or other NGOs. There may be personal connection with other NGOs or other person who are working in other institutions. We can also motivate them to establish AHTCs, and we also motivating them, the other institutions in Kerala, to establish AHTCs in their institution. And we can document all our activities to make the community aware that the youth is here for supporting them. And some of the activities performed by our anti-human trafficking club includes awareness material creations. We conducted a survey, and we created a network with District Legal Service Authority and Police Agency, Child Line, Panchayats, and District Child Protection Unit. And also, we organized various discussions regarding this topic. And we, as a trainee social worker, I have done my research on this topic. And here are some photographs of the programs organized by the Anti-Human Trafficking Club of Sri Shabarisha College. The first one, the inauguration. The club in Sri Shabarisha College was also established during the pandemic period. It was established on 12th August 2020. This was on an online meeting. It was inaugurated by Dr. P.M. Nair IPS, the father of Anti-Human Trafficking Club in India. And the meeting was also attended by our principal, Professor V.G. Harish Kumar, and Advocate Renike Jacob, legal consultant, and Ms. Neeraja Raj is our faculty coordinator. IGM is a great support for all our activities. We work in collaboration with International Justice Mission. And these are the photographs of the inaugural session. The program was attended by more than 100 people, including research scholars, teachers, professional social workers, trainees, and other people, and presented the role of AHTC in preventing human trafficking in the panel discussion organized by Police Training College, Trivandrum in Kerala, and attended the inauguration of National Resource Center on Human Trafficking, and presentations, the role of anti-human trafficking in preventing human trafficking, and share the experiences through video live interaction at Iqbal Training College in Kerala, and experience sharing at another college in Kerala named Don Bosco College. And there was also an awareness session on human trafficking at MES College, Irumeli, also in Kerala, and presented the role of youth in preventing human trafficking in the Andhra Pradesh State NGOs Anti-Human Trafficking Conference. And we provide orientation on Anti-Human Trafficking Club to the junior students for ensuring the sustainability of the club, and also provide orientation for other institutions like many colleges in Kerala, including KE College Mananam, St. Thomas College. All these colleges are in Kerala. And the webinars organized during this pandemic period was a role of youth in preventing human trafficking, a webinar on protecting women and children from violence, and a webinar on role of youth in protecting children from violence, legal perspective. And also on International Human Rights Day, we organized a webinar on the topic, Human Rights and Constitutional Protection for the Poor. And we also attended the webinar organized by District Legal Service Authority on fundamental duties. And we provided orientation for first year students, and receiving, this is the photographs of receiving official badge, booklet of standard operating procedure, and t-shirt from IJM. And we created a network with the police department. We visited the police station and conducted an awareness survey based on the information gathered. Then we realized that there are a lot of students who are being exploited from the family itself, and they were not provided proper mental support. So the HT volunteers will help them to cope up with the stress. And public relation, we provide new every major activities in the newspaper to make the community aware that the anti-human trafficking club is working in our institutions, which can offer help for the people who are vulnerable to exploitation. And awareness materials, we are having a Facebook page, and we continuously uploading awareness materials, important days, important numbers and all. And we organized our annual meet, and also conducted a panel discussion on that day. The annual meet was inaugurated by Dr. Shahanshah Gul, from the Nodal Officer of National Resource Center on Human Trafficking. And in the panel discussion was moderated by Ms. Chrysolite, founder of Red Rock in Andhra Pradesh, and also the HT student coordinators from various colleges. These are the photographs of the annual meet of our club. And in the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, we organized an intercollegiate quiz competition, and also prizes were distributed. Through these activities, more colleges actively participated in this program, and they started gaining more knowledge about human trafficking, what is human trafficking and what youth can do and all. And we organized a national webinar on child abuse and neglect identification and legal concerns. The chief guest for the webinar was Advocate Jain, but from Supreme Court of India. And also, as part of the research, I was able to visit some tribal villages and made the survivors of bonded labor directly. And then only I realized that as a youth who is safe in the family or safe in the community, I have a major role to play to protect their lives also. My research was on the topic, a study on the survivors of bonded labor in Wayanad district in Kerala. And we published our annual report, which will also motivate the other clubs, because the manual for HT activities are also included in this annual report. And the major outcome for all our activities was through the anti-human trafficking clubs, we are able to create awareness among the community about the issues related to human trafficking. Also public awareness against trafficking in children, including online trafficking and online sexual exploitations, because this pandemic has made a huge increase in the level of online sexual exploitations and online trafficking. And there is also shift of focus that the participants and the volunteers of anti-human trafficking clubs started thinking from the perspective of the trafficked person. And also we created network with government and non-governmental agencies for collaborative activities. Now, through the activities of anti-human trafficking club, the youth is ready to recognize, report, and rescue. That was the major outcomes of the activities of anti-human trafficking club. And we have many supporting agencies, which include anti-human trafficking units of the police department, child line, district child protection unit, district legal service authority, Kudumbasri, Panchayat against human trafficking, International Justice Mission, Ministry of Women and Child Development, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Kerala State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, State Human Rights Commission, Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, and all. And being in the mission, we realized that no one should be exploited because of our silence. And also the club will mobilize the great potential of the youth to fight against this modern slavery. And I'm now after completing the one year activities of the club, now the youth is sure that together we can fight against this modern slavery. And one more thing, we realized that we can become the one who, the HT volunteers can become the one who connects the people with the government and non-governmental organizations to protect their rights. So we know that the youth is the power and strength of our nation. And it is our responsibility to mobilize the energy of our youth to fellow human beings who are suffering from this kind of slavery. The anti-human trafficking club can contribute more, especially the youth can contribute more to stop this modern slavery from our society. The NGOs like IJM and other law enforcement agencies have the great power to eradicate this modern the HT volunteers working along with the NGOs like IJM and other agencies, and we can ensure that there is a great power to eradicate this modern bondage through a collaborative action. By working inside and outside the campus or the institutions, the HT volunteers can join in the efforts of the government and non-governmental agencies in building a safe society by protecting the lives of vulnerable people as enshrined in the Constitution of India. And the only weapon we need for this is a mind that is disturbed or restless because of the insecurities in the society. The youth is the great potential. There are enough strength within the youth to abolish this modern slavery from our society. So using the potential of the youth as a weapon, we can raise our voice against the modern day slave markets that destroys the lives of our siblings. The HTC, I'm sure that the HTC is a great platform for that. And it's our duty to find alternatives in the face of adversity. So therefore, we can do through the last 1 year activities, I am sure that we can do a lot to protect our brothers and sisters, even during this pandemic situation also. By being a part of this mission, by establishing the anti-human trafficking clubs in the educational institutions, we can be committed to become safer community creators. And I'm concluding with the words of Dr. P.M. Nair, sir. Let us spot it, speak it, act it, and stop it. Once again, thank you for this great opportunity. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Serene, for your insightful from start to finish of your activity. It is amazing. Thank you very, very much. So please remain and then we'll have a discussion at the end. Okay.
Yes,
because
sure,
most of the activities is always ended up with discussion when and new voices also may come, new questions also may come in the course of time. Thank you very much. Now I will invite Miss Arunima. Arunima also is already introduced by Advocate Rene. So now I will call Miss Arunima. Over to you.
Hi everyone. I'm really thanking everyone for giving me this opportunity. I'm Arunima RJ. I am also a MSW trainee social worker from Kerala University, Kalivattam campus in Thiruvananthapuram. It's been really happy for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Sharon. You have really done a very good presentation, and it made me very easy for communicate also. So I'm just moving for my presentation. I'm really trying to time on my presentation. Let me check. I don't know why happened. My screen is not sharing. There's an issue with my screen sharing, I think.
I remember you can share. You are unable to share the screen. Okay. Yeah, you can try.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
trying to share my screen.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
I don't know. All right.
May I suggest that while Arunima gets with the screen ready, okay,
Yes, it's
yeah, come
done.
here. Yes, you are visible now. Please go on, Arunima.
Thankfully, it's visible. Is my presentation visible right now?
Yes, Arunima, please go on.
Thank God. I'm really happy for that. Hi, myself, Anuma RJ. I'm taking to a quick presentation of myself that tells about Panchayat against human trafficking that is works in Vidya Grama Panchayat. So first of all, what is Panchayat? Panchayat against human trafficking. It was as we all know, the Panchayat, all the local self-government, is a grassroots level governance that directly bound with the ground root level reality of a community. As we all know, India being taken or any country being taken, one place to another place, there will be lots of diversities, and only a local level governance can address and understand this diversity. We can understand this diversity because it have the governance or the authority over the government institution and non-government institution in a particular geographical area, and also it have the governance body that constitute of the community member itself as the elected representative. And we have Grama Sabha. Am I audible?
Yes, Arunima, please go on. Yes.
Through Grama Sabha, we have representative of the community. They completely directly from himself for participating in the Grama Sabha. Through these three activities, we can directly reach to the people. That's why with Gram Panchayat against human trafficking was launched in Vidya Grama Panchayat. It was the first Panchayat against human trafficking in India. It was the first local self-government governance body that worked for anti-human trafficking activities. It was launched in 5th October 2020 by Dr. P.M. Nair IPS, former DGP and international expert on human trafficking. It wa- he was the one who gave the idea of Panchayat against human trafficking, and it was myself who coordinated the activity with the support of Panchayat Secretary Mr. Joseph Sir and also Welfare Standing Committee Chairperson of that time Shahinaz Ali Khan. Uh, that event had the participation and support from that even had participation support from various panchayat level and the local people, NGOs, government and civil service agency, and also police. So there are four main roles of panchayat against human trafficking or any type of any anti-human trafficking activities in a local self-government level. The first one is awareness generation. As we all know, if you take in many cases of human trafficking, we will came to understand that the people are not aware about the risk of human trafficking. They are or they are fooled or they have been trapped. So, in order to avoid that or in order to end that, we need to spread awareness. So, that is a very primary goal of PhD. I will quote a recent incident. Like in few months, in last month, our panchayat was really faced by a very sad incident of the loss of two children. They committed suicide. We are still understanding what the reason is, and the thing that I came across that there was no news. There was not even a single news given to the children about that suicide. And when I went to the teachers, they told me that okay, on your last class about mental health awareness, it was said that it is really hard, it is really risky to share the news of these kind of suicide cases to the children because there are a lot of people in similar situation. They may risk or do the same situation. So that is awareness generation, and that I'm really happy that PhD can do that. So next one is capacity building. So as we capacity building is we follow we follow participatory rural PRA, participatory rural appraisal, in which we make the community aware that there is an issue and we build capacity with themselves so that they will address it. Any webinar we organize, any offline or online program we come up with, or any kind of vulnerability we track everything with the participation of the community. So we make the community understand it and always follow this. So that is how we build capacity building. So we have for this purpose, Panchayat against human trafficking in Vidra, Grama Panchayat have all India. We selected children and youth the vulnerable area, and we built the capacity in them and made them the Panchayat against human trafficking all Indias or PAST all Indias. With their support, we are coordinating each and every activities, and I'm really happy that each and every day the number of PAST all Indias are increasing. And the third one is supporting it. So, as we know, PAST Panchayat will have a particular geographical area, and each geographical area will be subdivided. And this all each subdivided area, there will be a elected representative and also an ICDS Angamwadi teacher. So, with their support, we set a vigilance committee, and the vigilance committee will understand there is a risk of human trafficking, and they will be vigilant about it. We will support that. And the fourth and most important thing is vulnerability mapping. There will be vulnerable areas, and each areas will be their vulnerability rate will be different. So we have to address that vulnerability by understanding the rate and the social cultural situations existing there. For that purpose, we do vulnerability mapping, and then we understand the social, cultural, political situation of the area and also the vulnerability rate of the area, and we address the vulnerability. So we have to. I'm really taking you to various activities that done by PhD so far. So Panchayat is human trafficking that innovatively bring students and youth and made them innovation, and not just for the community but also by the community itself. By focusing on the renovation, we already existing bodies like there is child protection committee, there is other kind of vigilance committee at the root level, at the ward level, but it was not active. So PhD look into and done for the support for its activation and proper functioning. And also there, as we know, there are a lot of government projects, but lot of people who are actually supposed to be their beneficiaries may not get a proper channel to get a bridge with the project. So we understand that and bridge the resources and the need. And then we first study about various demand and vulnerability factors of the ground root level. So it is very important that socio-economic factor that can be fertile ground for human trafficking is to be addressed. So we understand that factors through vulnerability mapping and community vulnerability surveys and studies. And that will be done by PhD all Indians and with the support of anti-human trafficking clubs. We conduct all the activities with support of district child protection, child-friendly police station, anti-human trafficking club, tribal department, and the support of organizations such as IJM. So we organize both offline and online programs. We organize webinars. We organize offline sections also. As we know, since Vidira Grama Panchayat is a panchayat that resides in the foothills of Agastya Ruda, we are not able to, online medium is not accessible by the community. So we go for offline medium programs also. That programs also give the awareness, and also we will conduct programs with the help of anti-human trafficking clubs, such as competition that will help the students understand their resources and give a medium for express their resources. So we also engage in COVID-19 activities along with the Panchayat. The major activities that is done so far is first one we are able to done a section at police training college and various organization. We done vulnerability mapping at the primary level, and we identify the major areas that can be better done for human trafficking in our panchayat, and we encouraged youth there to become panchayat against human trafficking all Indias, and we done training. We gathered the youth and children to be of the community, and also we associate with the police station the other nearby police station, mainly for education support of children, mainly in remote tribal areas. So we came to through vulnerability mapping, it was identified that the various remote areas children are not able to access their education. So with the support of police, child-friendly police station, we are able to help them on that. And also we that was an offline program, and with through the vulnerability mapping itself and from the direct in communication with the community, we came to understand various needs such as lack of food security, digital associative education. So we connect them to the agencies. So we connected them to district child protection. And also we came from a vulnerability mapping, we came to understand that in a area there is in a particular area there was lack of digital access, and we informed that to the tribal department and nearby police station for get them the digital access. We also give sections, awareness sections, not just to the community member but also to the local level workers such as panchayat members, panchayat officials, ICDS supervisors, ICDS Anganwadi teacher, who really work very close to the community. So we give awareness sections to them, and we are really able to take part in the anti-human trafficking club launch, especially at PML Iqbal Training College and KE College Manana. We collect through vulnerability mapping, it was identified that there was lack of educational material for children in underprivileged section. With the support from the school itself, we came to we arranged that we are able to contribute to that one also. We also understand that there is a need for psychological support for the children, especially students. So with the support with support of various agencies, we are able to conduct a psychological support webinar. Then we with the help of Panchayat President, Secretary, and Welfare Standing Committee Chairperson, we created an audio video message that promote the need of anti-human trafficking activities at grassroots level in online media. By monitoring the community, we came to understand when there is a children's like the missing person is missing person is found, we Panchayat and human trafficking support for the rehabilitation service, and we support and guidance anti-human trafficking all India squad at Panchayat level. And through vulnerability mapping, we came to understand there is an issue related with narcotics in our Panchayat. So we discussed that with our DYSP of narcotics and done necessary method. We are really lucky for getting an offline interaction section on awareness section by Dr. PM Nair IPS to every stakeholders of Vidya Grama Panchayat. We also initiated anti-human trafficking, anti-narcotics activities and vigilance committee formation at ward level. We coordinated sections to make Panchayat a narcotic-free Panchayat. And also now we are focusing, we came to understand there is a mental health issues that is again prevailing, mental health risks are again prevailing. So we are contributing for finding the possible solution. So these are the small photographs of the activities we conducted, this including the both offline and online program. This include on the left one, that is actually the offline awareness section given to the Panchayat root level members, and this is online section. And in middle there is actually we associate with the police for going an offline section to this children's and tribal settlement area. Then offline section at Iqbal Training College and some online sections. It also have the photograph of Dr. PM Nair's offline section. So we so Panchayat and human trafficking do all these activities. So Panchayat and human trafficking do all these activities because Panchayat and human trafficking is not only alien for the community. Community understand that this is their need and they have to always for that. We are able to bring that capacity in them, and they always for that. So and now we are also focusing on improve the register of the population. So PAST was able to conduct and successfully implement all its activity with the active support from the community that range from the children's, youth, and elderly women, etc. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm really happy for sharing these local self-government activities to all of you. And I'm really looking forward to that. Lots of local self panchayat level, panchayat and human trafficking, or the activities or the institution that address this anti-human trafficking activities with the support of community itself can be more. I'm looking forward for more institutions like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and Arunima, for your insightful presentation. And you must be having a lot of background, particularly when Kerala, your home state, is a destination of human trafficking, particularly from the northeast. So yeah, your 1 year activity report itself is amazing. You have done a lot of work. So please remain, and then we'll have a discussion at the end after our big man advocate Rene presented his paper. But before I call him, I would like to read out the poster that was written in the poster. Father Tom, can you remove the pin and unpin, please?
Oh, yes, yes.
No need of reading, madam.
Okay, let me read out to you by way of introducing our main speaker, Advocate Rene K. Jacob. A social activist and development professional, Rene K. Jacob constantly takes part in social and peace initiatives and movements. He was associated with international NGOs like the World Vision India and its Director Advocacy and International Justice Mission and its Director Partnerships. He is deeply concerned and actively pursues the goals of justice and peace building, child protection and rights, gender equality, rights of the disabled, and economic empowerment of the marginalized sections. He is professionally trained and in diverse areas: laws, theology, social work, pastoral sociology, and business administration from leading universities both India and abroad.
Thank you, enough.
We are we are having such an eminent personalities in our midst. Over to you, Advocate Rene K. Jacob.
Thank you, Dr. Rini. So happened that both of us have similar name, maybe very little difference. Other Tom, madam, and respected fathers, sisters, and all my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you for this opportunity. I was part of this initiative even when you started, maybe 1.5 years or 2 years back. I remember participating in some of your meetings. I only heard about Father Tom at that time, but even today we have not seen personally, but a very close affinity is there between both of us, and I was part of many of your initiatives. After a very beautiful 2 presentations, I am not sure whether I should speak or we will have a discussion. Anyway, a few of my thoughts I want to share with you. That is my, first of all, it is a miracle that you are meeting regularly on almost, I think, every Friday without losing your interest. You are still continuing this spirit. I want to appreciate you, that spirit, that passion. That is amazing. And for the students also, in a time of COVID context, they are converting their problems into possibilities. When we talk about a club or an initiative, people will say, in a COVID context, what can we do? But these two young ladies have proved that there are many things possible even in a COVID context like this. So I would say the unleashing of the potentials of the youth, they can really make wonders. They can convert problems into possibilities. Short period of 1 year, about 20 initiatives were taken up by the Anti-Human Trafficking Club of Sri Shabrisa College. It's very amazing. And my connection with Northeast, let me recollect, I was part of World Vision India. I was in charge of the East region, Calcutta, based in Calcutta. I have visited many of your states. And one thing about maybe 3 years back, in a September like this, I have visited Arunachal Pradesh. I have shared this in one of my previous meetings. I want to recollect. By the invitation of the Catholic Church, I have visited the East Command district of Arunachal Pradesh. There, I have seen intergenerational slavery by the Silong community. Silong also means slaves. So now they are called Puroi community under the Nishis and some other tribes. The kind of oppression they experience. I have personally visited those schools. I have visited those centers. I have met the Catholic priests, many of the Catholic priests who are living there in situations of very difficult situations. Sisters also. No electricity, but they live with them, work with them, identifying with them. I was so amazed to see all those things. And within 1 year, World Vision has started a project there in East Command, and they are taking up the education of children there. About 10,000 people are there, probably, of the Silong community. They are sold like animals. They are actually living in an oppression in that Arunachal Pradesh state. But I don't think it has come out in media or in any other forms so that people know it very well. I'm not quite sure of that. And the Assam TS state, there is a situation of children being sold. And I have seen children from Assam sold in Arunachal Pradesh in my visit there. So situations are there like that in the Northeast, which I have personally experienced. So I am very glad that I can associate with your initiatives, even though sitting in a far place. Whatever is possible from my side, I can support. I will be very happy to support. But after continuing your meetings for such a long time, I'm happy that you are coming up with structures, possible solutions. What is the way out? What is the roadmap? How can we address these issues practically? So that's why we are suggesting 2 initiatives, because many of the Christian schools are there. You can start that. Anti-human trafficking clubs for the colleges and the senior students in the high school. Educate them from the very beginning, educate them. So they will be part of this initiative so that they will know that no one should be sold. No one is there to be sold. We all have to live with dignity. Let us embrace this idea and promote in the colleges and the schools, senior schools. But when it comes to Panchayat against human trafficking, that is very important to control it, control human trafficking from the source, especially in the Northeast context. If you have Panchayat or the local bodies taking up this initiative, this will help a lot in stopping it from the source itself. So we have presented 2 ideas for you to discuss and take it seriously. In Kerala, we have a government order from the higher education department to start anti-human trafficking clubs in all the colleges in Kerala. Recently, one of my colleagues wrote a mail to the higher education department in Karnataka. There also, they got a circular from government to initiate anti-human trafficking club in Karnataka. It is my dream that in Northeast, you take up this initiative, get a clearance from higher education department so that you have a legal sanctity. You have a legal sanctity to start anti-human trafficking clubs all over Northeast. Last 6 months, we have actually started 18 clubs in Kerala, different parts of Kerala, B.Ed colleges, law colleges, and social work colleges. We have done it with the help of Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers. So they are taking it up. So in Northeast also, if you can assign some agencies, some organizations, associations, maybe there is professional associations like that, or the social forum, what Father Sebastian is representing, we can easily get a clearance from the higher education department. Then we can have a legal sanction to start this in Northeast. As you know, disaster time is a feasting time for perpetrators. Disaster time is a feasting time for perpetrators. We used to imagine that home is a safe place, but home was become unsafe place. Violence against women and children happens in our homes and also by people known to us, the women and children. Most of them, they are known to them. So the household has become an unsafe place. And also mobile. We know that now there was a time we told children not to use. Now we are saying, why are you not using? Inside the mobile and the gadgets, we have children, students, teachers, parents, and also abusers and perpetrators. There is different methods how our children are being exploited. Recently, I had an opportunity to talk to one of my cousins' children, and they were when I was talking to them in a kind of counseling mode, I understood that they were in Dubai. They came for vacation. I came to know that while attending online classes, they go to mute and then they play game. So children are addicted to games. Children are addicted to online games and the issues connected to that. In the COVID context, there are 3 situations where children are pushed out for human trafficking. One is digital divide. When you have the online education, in a study done in Orissa, they say that 57% of the children did not have online education facility like the gadgets or the internet. Same is true in other states also. Children are pushed out of education system because they don't have gadgets, mobile. That is one way how children are pushed out for child labor, child bonded labor, and trafficking. Another situation is many children lost their parents or one of their parents. Supreme Court has recently asked from National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights. They have given a list of 1 lakh children for the last 1 year. That may not be the correct data. So many children have become orphans or destitute. That is another reason why children are pushed for trafficking in a COVID context. More than that, many parents lost their livelihood. So they have no alternate ways of finding a income, livelihood. So economic situation in the household has also pushed people for being trafficked. So these are happening in our own context. So these three are major issues, how people are pushed for human trafficking in a COVID context. But child sexual abuse materials, it is on the increase. In Kerala, there were 2 raids happened. In both raids, the second raid, 370 cases were registered, 1 year difference. First case, it was 87 cases. That is June 27, 2020. On 7th June 2021, there were 370 cases of higher level, so-called elite people, IT technicians, IT people, doctors, engineers, or got into the issue of using child sexual abuse material. We all know the case of Raj Kundra, the partner of the cinema leader, the cinema actors. So what happened? 13 blue films were raided from him, worth 9 crores. So what I'm trying to say is, even in our own gadgets, there are situations where they are being abused, or child sexual abuse materials are present in all these situations. So there is different techniques people use, like honey trapping, where they will pretend as teachers or people known to the children and exploit them by making friendship. There is something called steganography, where a message will come, the message will be good, like the picture of Jesus Christ or what. After that, when you open and open and open, it will come to some sexual content material there. Slowly they will trap children. There are different issues happening. So when we talk about anti-human trafficking, we also should look at any form of human right violation, any form of child abuse, any violation of the rights of human beings, violence against women and children. All these should be part of our initiative, the Anti-Human Trafficking Club. Let me tell you one more thing. You might have heard already discussion on the trafficking in person bill. It is important that we know that it was supposed to be passed this session of the parliament, but did not happen. We hope that it will be passed very soon. And the comprehensive bill has very important provisions to protect people from anti-human trafficking. It talks about anti-human trafficking committees at national, state, and district level. It talks about protection homes. It talks about rehabilitation homes. And it's all very important for us to know the details of that. So I am very much thankful to Father Tom, Madam Rini, and all of you for taking this initiative for a discussion like that. We will spend some time, if time permits, some of your questions we can discuss and come up with some more clarification. I especially thank all of you, and also Sharon and Arunima for their very beautiful presentation. And let me conclude with a statement from Martin Luther: the silence of good people is more dangerous than the brutality of bad people. The silence of good people is more dangerous than the brutality of the bad people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rene, for your overview of the whole concept of human safety in particular. Yeah. Thank you very much. So certainly we'll have a discussion. Before we come to a discussion, Father Tom, shall I invite Mr. Baptiste Pais to say a few words?
Yeah, Father Baptiste Pais, yeah.
Is Father Sebastian, I think Sebastian is no longer here.
Father Sebastian has left. Father Baptiste, can you hear us, Father?
Yes, Father. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, Father. Please. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Father. Yeah. Thank you very much, Father, for your initiative. You are doing a wonderful job over there. Yeah. And all the speakers spoke very well from their experience. So I especially thank them and ask the Lord to bless them in a very special way. May He make all your efforts fruitful. You are there in my prayer. You can hear me, Father Tom?
Yes, Father. Yes, yes.
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you. We cannot
There's
see you.
some problem with my mobile.
No
Okay,
problem.
okay, okay,
I'll
okay.
try to rectify it. 1 minute. Now can you see me? Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
yes,
I'm
yes.
Father Tom. Yeah, yes. Recently, I have been appointed the National Secretary for Ecumenism, and Father Tom is doing a wonderful job in our Northeast region. So thank you very much, Father, and wish you all the best in all your future activities. And all those who are involved in this movement, anti-trafficking movement, I especially keep you in my prayers and wish you all the best in all your future activities. Thank you and God bless you. May God make all your efforts fruitful.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. So yeah, we like your name.
Yeah, I'm a Catholic. Many people ask me whether I belong to Baptist group. I like them. I like that group, but I'm a Catholic. I said Catholic priest belonging to
Yeah,
the
we
order
have
of
no problem
Society of
with
the
your
Divine
name.
Word.
Yeah. Yes.
Society of the Divine Word. And we have a region there in Northeast also. We have many priests over there.
Very good. Where are you located now?
Yeah. I'm in Mysore now.
Oh,
Mysore in
okay.
Karnataka state, yeah.
Very good. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we're having human trafficking seminar. So please join us also. Father Tom will give you the link.
I'll be very happy to join, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
With all your activities in my prayer. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to Mysore. It's a beautiful place.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I was in Bangalore for 27 years.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
So
friends. Thank you very much for all the inputs we have received so far. Now we are campaigning. We are entering into the campaign of anti-human trafficking with a group called Club. Okay, so Mr. Rene, we are going to use your equipments, your materials, your resources for our campaign also, because as a Northeast Solidarity, we are in all the states. So we have good people, I would say, in all the states of Northeast, the state of Northeast. So now we are coming to the discussion. It may be a question and answer, or it may be a supplement, addition, or comments, or any problem that has been founded. Yeah, I'm sure that even in Kerala case, there will be a lot of cases. Yeah, you must be finding it. So the floor is open for us all. Let us all contribute, and you please unmute yourself. Over to you. Open discussion. The floor is open.
Madam Rani, can I? Yeah. Madam Rani, thank you. Thank you for continuing to moderate this session. I would like to say a word of gratitude to Father Baptist, who joined us from the national office. Very seldom we have people, very important people who are joining us for this sort of meeting. I appreciate his presence, and he has just joined this office. Wish him God's blessings. And I also would like to say that this is one issue that has connected the churches all over India, not only in India but in other parts of the world as well. And I feel that I am not only I feel in the emotional level, I am convinced that if we combine the churches, ecumenism, and the youth of our country, we will save many lives for which Jesus came. And that is my conviction. And in the coming days, we will definitely take it forward. And I would like to say a word of appreciation to Sherin and Arunima. They spoke so well and presented the clubs and the colleges and the panchayats. In the northeast, we do not have panchayats as well, not in many places, because our system of governance is quite different. We have the village councils, and then we have village headmen, and who are appointed, who are there, and we have different system. But then in the village, well, this will certainly fit in. And then Sir Rani, you have been journeying with us in this campaign and work. I really appreciate for choosing two young people. They simply not only spoke, but so much with so much of passion for what they did for 1 year. In fact, you put us into a question mark. What have we done? Very, very passionate, and I am really glad that if in a small state like Kerala, so much is being done. What about Northeast India? And that brings back the enormous work that is ahead of us. And I have also a request to Sharon and Arunima. Yes, as per the latest statistics, more than 20 lakhs of people are there in Kerala from the Northeast India. From the Northeast India, I underline, from the northeastern states of India. And I am sure in the colleges, in the villages, and then you go to any small street or township in Kerala, you will find somebody from the Northeast. Not all of them have come through proper recruitment. Not all of them have landed there because of their choice. It is because of the context in which they have they are born. I am also from Kerala, but often I ask this question myself: why am I born in Kerala, and then why why not here? So when you see our people, when I say our people from the Northeast, please ask them. And when you interact with them, I know the vast number of colleges and youth you have in Kerala. Please ask them where about their welfare, and perhaps you will be saving so many lives. We call safe migration, and then we can ensure the misuse of so many of them. And we have come across number of them from Northeast India who are in Kerala, but these issues are not being spoken, but we know that it is a fact. And when Dr. Rini, our moderator, rightly said in the beginning, it is a destination point. Destination means from Northeast we find a lot of people going to Kerala. And please have some sort of plan also for addressing our people. And with that, I I open to the forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Tom, for your briefing and introduction. Okay, now the floor is widely open. As I said, that it can be a question to the resource person directly, or it can be a supplement, a comment, a proposal. So the floor is open.
Can I come in, Dr. Rini?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Today's session and inputs are so interesting. I congratulate all of you who passionately put forward suggestions and your good practices. And I learn a lot from you all. While listening, I would also like to, while listening and learning new things, I would also like to supplement or even say that we are also working with a youth group. And Father Tom know it very well, ASA, All Adivasi Student Association of Assam. And the victims are from Adivasi group, the garden workers. The children are sold to Arunachal. Their children are sold to Arunachal. And the church have been trying to do something at various levels. Don Bosco and the diocese playing key role. But the story goes on, and the events, the incidences goes on. And lately I came to know that unless these Adivasi people are aware and taking their own initiative and steps to curb the human trafficking incidences, who is really to do for them? So I put this motivation into them, and now if ASA member is not working for human trafficking prevention, he or she is not a real member. That has become the situation. So we are working in 5 districts covering 50 villages or 75 villages, trying to prevent human trafficking from the source area to the transit and to the destination. So here, this what Severin and Arunima, that practice is really useful. And what doing this, the whole community have to involve in preventing, rehabilitation or interception or identification or whatever. The whole community has become involved, and for this we have to do a lot. And recently, if Arunima and Sherin also move towards the railway stations and bus stations, even airports, that would be very good, because all the volunteers, maybe one person in a day or one person a week can volunteer just to loiter around those areas, railway stations and bus stands, and try to intercept the potential human trafficking victims or those who might be onto unsafe migration. That can be very, very practical for you also. We are starting in September 15, and we network with Love Justice International, and we are just these days recruiting staff who do this work. So our target areas are Guwahati Railway Station, Kamakia Railway Station, and ISBT, that is the state bus transport station. So a lot of potentiality is there. And of course, we have to network with the railway officers, we have to get permission and so on. I think this will work in the future when we are structuring and finding a way out how to involve more people and really prevent this human trafficking in our society. These thoughts came to my mind while listening to everyone, and I'm really thankful for today's sessions, and it's a real a great learning for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Rose, for your comment. Well, I was in Bangalore running a helpline for Northeast, and then we had a seminar on human trafficking at ISI, Indian Social Institute, which is our neighbor. And then Father Martin was saying that Kerala is the only state in India who has a provision of compensation for migrant workers. So we are clapping, and later on, a minute later, he said, don't clap now because it is only in papers. The reality is not true. So because some people died from the construction accident, many things had happened. Depending on the religion, some people would like to carry their dead bodies to their home. Some people don't mind of cremation there, depending on the religious belief and then cultural belonging. So different traditions, rituals are practiced in relation to death also. So many issues are related to. Yeah, Sister Rose also challenged us that our notice people who are working in Kerala, because many case studies have been done. One of them is cutting a fish every day. He was joyfully cutting a fish, and then they asked him how much you earn today. He said that I start my work from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock, so 12 hours, 500 rupees. Very happy, and say that I have something to eat. Some food is there in my stomach. I'm happy enough. Whereas I don't get even half of that salary in Assam, because he was coming from Assam. So likewise, Kerala, as Father Tom already said, that more than 20 lakhs people was very unthinkable, but it may be a reality also. You see the desperation, particularly the push factor and the pull factor are studied extensively of Northeast. One of the findings is that because of this Armed Forces Special Power Act that has been introduced more than almost 58 years, almost 60 years now, is not reduced. Because of that, people's life is a threat. Livelihood is a threat, security is a threat, progress is a threat, everything is a threat. So is it because of that policy matter, security policy of the central government is also one of the reasons? Or is it something else? Certainly human trafficking is not alone the problem, but it has a much larger connected issues in relation to. So now I will invite anyone to share. Our Father Jose has raised a question. How about training some select volunteers from the youth of Northeast? Yeah, Father Jose, would you like to say a few more?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rini. So I believe since we have a large number of youth in Northeast India, and as you also know that we have youth coordinators in various dioceses, Catholic Church, and also I believe other churches too. Very many youth coordinators or youth movements are there with us. And we need to take this as a priority, because as we are conducting this program also last number of months, I certainly believe it is a very important program which we are involved in. And I especially thank also today's resource persons for bringing such a vibrancy, as Father Tom also was mentioning, that we are fired with enthusiasm once again to involve in this type of programs and initiatives. So I believe we have a number of youth who are also not having enough job opportunities, and we need to identify youth to be our animators for this very important cause. That was the purpose of my mentioning that finding out animators as youth animators to take this program much ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Father Jose. And then we have student from Mizoram, Lalram Haki. We call her, yeah. Lalram Haki, are you there? Can you put your video on and then you say a few words, because she got her master's in social work, and she is actively engaged in that nature of work. So would like to say a few words? Nuki, yeah, Laramhaki. Over to you.
Hi everyone. My name is Lori Narampaki, and I've just finished my MSW from Mizoram University. And yeah, we're a little bit busy because one of my cousin sister is in a critical condition, so I've looked after her children. So tonight I really didn't follow all your yeah. So yeah, I'm very sorry for that.
Yeah, we'll talk more. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Yes.
Maybe we can start a club in her college with the social work department.
Yes. So can we start the movement now? Yeah. Are you volunteering to help us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah. Yeah, we can certainly discuss more on the details. And I identify that there are many other young women and men who are not only in social work, but also just graduated their master's and then bachelor, who are also keen on this aspect of life-saving activities. So certainly we can start the work. Yes.
As Father Josh said, it would be nice we can have a special youth training, selected youth, a special training just for them. And these youth leaders will speak to them, and it will be very, the peer learning will be a very interesting session for them. Like.
Yes, I think that we have a lot of resources. Yeah, one of them is your resources, and the other one, there are many. Red Ribbon also has, and then Chennai also, people are also having us. IJM also having. So we can collaborate in a very simplistic manner that will be applicable to our own context. I think we can start working on the guidelines and the goals, maybe a small write-up on flyer to initiate with that, because the functioning of all the states may not be the same. In Mizoram, somehow we will be able to manage because we have an accessibility to the government officials that may not be a problem, but in other states, it may not be that easy. Okay, that is good progress we made. Yes, any other?
Madam, to start with, it is better to start in some social work colleges, social work departments. We should start in 2-3 places. Then only we have to deliberately start, and then only it will grow. So social work college is a better option to start with, because anyway they have block placement, they have field work, they have to study human trafficking anyway, social legislations. So they are either law colleges are there, they will be interested. Otherwise, social work college is the best opportunity to start with in 2 or 3 Sundays in different states, one from every state. So it will naturally scale up. Just a suggestion. Thank you.
Yes, that is a good approach. Yeah. Mary also said that she's going to conduct a program in September 16. So that is also a good initiative. So very good that Mary, you take up this responsibility. I'm sure that this will be widened. Yeah. We'll look forward to that. Yeah.
I understand that Dr. Mary is sorry.
Yes, sir. We are aiming to reach all the colleges in Shillong, and then reach to all the at the rural areas. So this collaboration, I think it's going to be very good, Dr. Reni, along with your team, because of course I was there also for Satya Arti in 2017. I was invited as one of the panelists there. For
there in Karnataka or where?
Right, I'm in Christ, but then
Yeah.
I'm connecting with my colleagues there in Shillong, and then we are organizing these programs since long. We had been trying, and then this September we are going to make it.
The social work department in Christ College is taking up 100 colleges in Karnataka.
Yes,
IJM is
yes,
supporting that initiative. Dr.
correct,
Victor
sir.
and Dr. Victor and Shija Karalam.
Yeah, and I was also part of the team, and then so we had been conducting every year. So this year I'm going to be coordinating about human rights training across the state again. That is
Very good,
the
very good.
yes.
Happy.
Thank you
Very
so
nice.
much, sir, for your support also.
Very nice.
Any other? Sister Reshma is also here. And Sister Reshma would like to share because Sister Reshma is posted in a district capital but still rural. Network is a problem always. Over to you.
Yes, Madam Dr. Rini, and I liked today's presentation by our young budding social workers, Sherin and Arunima, especially the clubs and PHP. So what comes to my mind is those going out of Northeast, like in the grassroots level, how we can keep in touch with them. Like in the case of Catholics, like in our own parishes, whether we can make a cell or in the other denominations in their own under their pastors, if we can make a cell when they go out, whether they could keep their contact numbers, report where they are in this state, and also to make a federation or some club as such in their own workplace, so that the school colleges, yeah, in the same way for those workers, that we need to club. That is my, I mean, just dream that I have, because those who are going are helpless.
Wonderful, Sister Reshma. Sister Reshma is located near Tripura
To
border
keep them
area.
in touch with, yeah. Yeah, we are also planning to visit these villages, give awareness, but right now we are much more affected by the pandemic, and we are bit like lockdown. We actually cannot go out. Otherwise, awareness-wise, we want to take up more. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Reshma. So, because your location is so very important because it was interstate border area, very close to Tripura. Yeah. So then they have taken a good initiative in the near future once Mizoram COVID is reduced a bit. Now it is very sensitive. It is growing. It is multiplying. Mr. Daniel Zebaraj would like to say a few words. Are you there or not? Maybe he is not there. Okay, any other comment would like to make?
Hello?
Yes. Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Over to you. Over to you, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it was a wonderful training, and also to know more about HTC. So I'm from Voices India. So we have started our work in Manipur, Churachandpur. So Voices has experience of working more than 25 years in the issue of human trafficking in 4 to 5 different states. So we are happy to be part of this, and from Manipur, we want to support establishing HTC and also be part of the network and support in all our any forms. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be happy to share the standard operating procedures and other documents with you.
Sure.
It is already with Father Tom.
Yeah. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
I would request you to write a mail to the higher education department and get a clearance, a circular or a government order, so that you have a legal sanctity to start in colleges. Even
Yeah, sure.
otherwise you can start. Even otherwise you can start, but still getting a legal sanctity is better, because we work with the anti-human trafficking unit of the police department, and also
Yes.
we work with the district legal service authority. So a legal clearance would be nice for you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. So we
Other-
do it in Bangalore, Chennai, even in Mumbai, we do that. So we have, I mean, we work with HTU, even, we had organized a few meetings along with PM Nair as well. So it's going on well, sir. In Bangalore, in South, it's going well. So now happy to see that the work is, it's developing in Northeast. I'm very happy, and we are there to support in any cause. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Madam Rini, can I?
Yes.
I am so happy that Madam Rini spotted Daniel Jabraj. In fact, this morning I was talking with Magno, the National Director of Oasis, and then he was telling me that although he is not able to attend, he would depute somebody from his association to attend. I'm so glad that Daniel is there. And I'm also happy to tell the participants that we are getting our network enlarged, bigger and bigger. Now you see we have one Sharin and an Arunima in Kerala, one Reni in Kerala, and then I believe human trafficking or anti-human trafficking work cannot be done by a single church or single association. We have anti-human trafficking units in each of our district. It is actually highly equipped, highly paid, and then, but how many of us know that there is a structure existing in our district? How many of us make use of that structure? And the number of girls, boys who are taken from the Northeast are countless. And I believe tying up with the clubs in the schools, colleges, and I would say even the universities would be very, very nice. And then Sister Rose brought a very important point. You know, in the Northeast, we have a very powerful associations, say like the youth bodies. No, Sister spoke about ASA. There are a number of them pertaining to each community, and they are very, very powerful, politically powerful, socially powerful, and Sister has been working with them for the number of years, and that is another thing that we will certainly explore. So we will certainly work ahead, forge ahead to save lives. And it has been a wonderful experience in listening and then participating in this. And I would say, I would just say a word about tomorrow's seminar. Number of our people are taken to Calcutta by flight, by train, and some are taken to Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Vijayawada, and from there they are taken to different parts of the world. So tomorrow's program is specially to hear about associations who are based in Andhra. You'll be hearing about Red Rope, one very passionate, passionate Chrysolite Sanamanda is a young. I thank Reni for introducing me to Chrysolite. She will be there. Then we have also one eminent lawyer who will be joining us from Telangana. Then we have another important association. I just don't come to my mind.
Sister Sahaya.
Sister Sahaya will not be joining us tomorrow. She has some inconvenience. And then, so we have some people who can get connected. So, for
Sister
example,
Lissy Joseph from Hyderabad is
yeah.
actively playing a very good role. She's also an advocate. Sister
Okay.
Lissy Joseph.
Okay. Please invite her also, Sister Rose.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
send the link to her.
Yes, yes.
And I
So,
will introduce her to you. She is very, very resourceful. Of course, we work in a huge way for domestic workers.
Father, Chrysolite has started many anti-human trafficking clubs in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, yes.
So she is also an expert in this field.
Yes, she,
Yes.
Madam Renee is very.
Yeah.
I mean, we know her. She has been very
Yeah.
powerful.
We need their names and their contact number. We would like to invite them all. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then tomorrow, I would request not only as Sister Rose said, there is somebody who can connect in Andhra. This is what we would like to see happening. Because the government has got anti-human trafficking units in each state. I would say, let us dream of India, especially Northeast, where all our churches will become also anti-human trafficking units. That is my prayer. But then prayer alone is not enough. We need to work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, any other comment?
Dr. Renee,
Yes, yes.
I just want to, these are friends from Kerala. One of my biggest concern is potential to human trafficking young girls who are domestic workers in Kerala.
Yes.
If the young friends can intervene on their behalf, because when a girl or a lady is working in Kerala as domestic worker, she gets 15,000. But these girls who go from Northeast are paid only 6,000. So this is injustice. So laws are, their wages are fixed very well. And the local people get according to the minimum wages fixed by government. But the migrants who go and work and do the same work, even more hours, are deprived of justice. So this is very important area, and where we can intervene. And even this, their situation is leading to human trafficking, because here they are not satisfied, they go to somewhere and even reach to Dubai. I literally have to fight with one father who didn't agree to pay 8,000. I said, I have to take back the girls if you don't pay 8,000. I wanted to demand 10,000, but he would not agree. So finally, he agreed to pay 8,000. He was paying only 6,000. So this is a very crucial situation. And if at least awareness in the churches can be done, or even talk a little more with the government personnel to also provide that minimum wages status to the migrant workers.
Thank you. Yes.
Dr. Rini, can I speak in continuation of what Sister mentioned? It's very important message, I think, for all of us, and which can be one of the action that can be done through different clubs. And in fact, one of my PhD scholar, who is also a priest under me, so he's doing a study which is exactly what Sister mentioned. I hope with this study it's also going to help the what they call guest labor,
domestic workers. Oh,
yeah, so in Kerala they call it another name, guest laborers. Okay. So I think this is one of the issue which also have been identified even from the local at the local level, but then still it's in the denial stage. So this one of the study which is going to be hopefully it will come up soon. So that is going to be one of the evidence to where we can also work on it. That's very good observation, sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, while I was working in Bangalore, one terminology that always disturbed me is every house, if it is a big house, they will have servant quarter. They call it servant quarter.
Yeah.
So whenever we look for, you know, my friend, I look the houses for friends or others, and then they always show me that this is a servant quarter. So that is considered to be a privilege. But surprisingly, servant quarters, the entry is always outside. Or yeah, if it is inside, it is bound. But most of the developed or progressive housing are having entries outside so that they will not be disturbed. So I don't know whether this terminology has been carried on even in the government quarters. They will say these are servant quarters, servant. Why do we continue to call that legacy of servant? It's all related with slavery, trafficking, new forms of slavery. Yeah.
I think even this terminology, they should be considered as decent workers.
Yes.
So domestic worker is a good terminology, but in our local language context, it's very difficult to translate. In our congregation, we make sure that we no longer call them kitchen girls. Some people call kitchen girls. No, all this terminology has to be abolished and call them domestic staff. We call them domestic staff.
Domestic staff.
Yeah, no servants, neither maids. Some of them say my maids, my servant, my girl. These are not good enough. And I just want to, if any one of you like to have this copy, Beyond the Walls, it's a study on domestic workers for 12,000 data collected in whole of Northeast and studied and analyzed by Nottingham University, UK. And this is about Northeast domestic workers. So this is our work done by our staff, data collected in 4 years, 12,000 data ever the largest data ever collected on domestic workers in the world. It was announced in UK that way, so I'm just repeating. And if anybody want a copy, I can send. This study also is combinedly done by Arise Foundation UK and ASA. So this ASA and then our organization supported by Don Bosco Mondo, Germany. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm very proud to make this study for the first time in Northeast, maybe most probably in India also. Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Rose.
Yeah.
How do we get, is it price high?
No,
Oh.
There is no price. You send me your address, I will send you.
Oh, sure, that will be very good. Yeah.
Hard copy or digital copy, sister? Hard copy or digital copy?
We have digital also. We can send that also. Yeah. Hard copy also we printed. Yeah.
That's good information.
It was by chance upon by a donor who came from UK, and he said, I never saw such huge data collected, and I did not know that I can do this, make this book. I just piled in the file, and it was so many files, and he said, give me the data, I will do something. So he took to UK and he made this Nottingham University analyze the data and made a study. And it was by luck that we managed to do it. It was 18,000 and they screened and it became 12,000.
Thank you. That is a great information. Yeah. I think Father Tom is also gearing towards that line of publication because we have done so much of work and it is still on the air. So let us see the practicality. Okay, now we are very close to 9 o'clock, but yeah, maybe Father Tom will have the last word.
Okay. Thank you for with regard to the publication. Yes, we are on it. Dr. Mary and no, I am supposed to do my homework, which I have not completed. I have not forgotten, but yeah, we will do. I also would like to tell our esteemed speakers from Kerala, Sharon and Arunima, you have access to the youth in Kerala, colleges in Kerala, and of course, Sir Rani is always. You see, we come across number of people from the northeast. We can't stop migration, but we can always facilitate their healthy living. We can see that they are not exploited. I have come across number of cases even this year, people who died, and we don't buy. I mean, because of the COVID protocol and all that, I remember we had to go from pillar to pillar, door to pillar to get that body to Assam. And so there are so in your work with the human trafficking, please consider our people and extend your work also to them with them, and that is my humble request. uh, many of you except Sir Rennie, you are not visited Northeast India. When you visit Northeast India, you will know the context. Madam Rini rightly said about AFSPA, Armed Forces Special Powers Act. That means anywhere, anytime, you can be killed with a gun. Is it not that? Is it not shocking? And it is. You go to Kerala, you will find a policeman standing there with he will be shouting. He will be hardly having a lathi. You come around Northeast India, any nook and corner you go, the people will be, I mean, the security guards will be standing with the AK-47 rifles. And that is the situation we are in. So, I'm not saying that you should have sympathy for our people. Definitely sympathy, empathy, but have that human consideration. I know that the government of Kerala honors them as guest workers, but I am also aware of the many hundreds and thousands of cases. They are not guests; they are something else. Please think about them. And I am so glad that you came to talk to us about the human trafficking class. And then I am making this appeal to you. I hope the others from the Northeast would agree. And that is my request. And then we will certainly take your suggestion for the clubs in the schools. And I see some parts of Northeast, it is already happening. So like Sister Rose, and there are a number of other associations. I mean, few associations. They are working in a few villages, but we would like to see that not confined to one or two districts in all our states. I would say 8 states. I don't say 7 sisters and then one sister or one brother. All our states, including Sikkim. We would like to see a region where human trafficking is completely stopped. Not stopped after 10 years, not in my lifetime. Not in the life. No, I mean, I would like to, if maybe in the next 10 years, 15 years, what is our goal? We would like to see this active. So that is, and we also need your support in arresting human trafficking and also continuing the work that we have already begun. It was so glad and Sharin and Arunima. Special thanks to both of you for speaking what you are doing. Not simply a theory that we can all browse from the net and then all that. No, you showed us, challenged us, and perhaps you are the youngest in the group, I think, today. Yeah, and you challenged us. Thank you so much. And Rani, Sir Rani, thank you very much. And we are all in it together. And
Thank you.
as we,
Thank you for
as
this
we,
great opportunity for all of us to be together.
yes.
Whenever there is time, I will join you.
Sure, sure. I see. We are yeah. We started at 7, and it's going to be 9. Maybe I would say we will give the last word. Maybe not the word, but last sentence to Sharin and Arunima, and then we will close it with a prayer. Yeah, Madam Rani, you can choose anybody who can.
Sister Rose is here to do the concluding prayer. Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. Serene and then Arunima, few words of concluding remarks.
Yes.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's been really honored and it's been very pleasure and very insightful for having this being part of this section. I'm also able to learn a very lot of new things. I'm really thanking everyone and I'm really thanking my mentor, Rennie Jacob sir, for giving me such a great opportunity. He being the guide and resource person who took me and Sharon from a college students to this level. So I'm really thanking you for this opportunity, and I'm also thanking Dr. PM Nair. He is also another mentor for both of us who took us gave us a lot of support to become whatever we are. So I'm really thank you. I'm really thanking for this wonderful section. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Serene?
Yeah, ma'am. Me too also feel so happy and honored to be a part of this. And I also got many new learnings from this session. And I thank Renee ma'am, Father Tom, especially Advocate Rennie K. Jacob, for he is continuously giving us guidance and support to be committed more in this field, and it will motivate us to do more. And Miss Arunima is a best companion for me, and I congratulate her also, and thanking her also for always guiding me and encouraging me. And special thanks to all the faculties and trainees of my own college for without the proper support from the college, I am not able to, or I cannot do much more in this field. And I'm thanking you all. I thank you once again. And I feel so happy today being a part of this event. Hope we can meet again. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Mr.
Father,
Rene,
I just want to mention that this is always a virtual space. We have also never met each other. It's only online friendship.
Oh, yes. Yes, that is very true. Okay, thank you very much for your input, for your sharing, for your direction, and for the program and activity report, and then also envisioning our future roadmap, designing the roadmap towards life-saving activities. So we are just starting. Let us come back again and again to do a better job, a better direction, so that more people will be involved and then more life will be saved. Thank you very much. Now I will request Sister Rose to close with prayer. Unmute. Sister Rose, unmute.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to close this session with a prayer. Today I wrote in my status like this: I plucked tea leaves today, but no one should pluck my children to trafficking. Act now and end human trafficking in the tea gardens of Assam. That was what came to my mind. And I want all of us to unite ourselves with the whole universe, especially the suffering humanity. 5,000 households with whom we work in the tea gardens, and every railway station, every bus stand, or in every household where young girls, women are struggling even now, not knowing where to go, to whom to follow, or not sure how they will end the night. Or many other girls who are trafficked and even attempting suicide at this moment. We will remember each and every one of them. And we say in this platform all the many things that we know, but I really feel very passionately and urgently we need to act soon. Act soon. That's what I would like to recommend to each one of us and to God. Let's pray. God, our loving Father, today we are safe and sound, but not all your children are safe. And some are in fear and trembling. We request you, we plead you to go very close to them, hold them in your arms and protect them, rescue them to someone who are dear, who may be a stranger but dear to them. And thank you for choosing us into this ministry and help us so that we will never lose sight of our vision and stop somewhere, but we want to journey along, continue this journey till we see the light for everyone. Bless all those who would not sleep tonight because of fear, even those who would go hungry because they are far from their homes. You are our security, you are our stronghold, and we believe in you, and we trust you. You are our loving Father. Be tangibly a very loving Father to each and everyone in the world. We also remember our brethren in Afghanistan, in Myanmar, and in all those places where there is unpeace. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you very much. Yeah.